Some people call me the spawn of a Satan, ooh, 'cause I'm a master of sin.
Hey guys, Gunporn Media here. I just wanted to make a quick video on suppressors, and I don't know if it's a do's and don'ts or just shit that I think you should know when you're getting into them. Okay, I've shot suppressors for a long time, but I only just recently got my own. So, things that people don't tell you, okay? The one can to rule them all thing, you know, like the hybrid or the one that Griffin Armament makes, the Optimus, cans like that are really cool in theory. The problem is that quick detach is really not a great system. It's never really that quick because you're dealing with a couple different things like expanding metal where this gets stuck on there, and you also got an extremely hot can in a very short amount of time. I mean, 10 rounds of 5.56 will make this so hot that you can't touch it. Blackout won't be as bad, but still pretty bad. 20 rounds, this thing's unbearable to touch. So, even if you can't, you do have something to grab it and twist it off your gun. If it's not seized on there, hopefully you didn't forget your goddamn wrench at the range, because you ain't getting that off. Especially if it's a taper mount, that thing heats up and swells. This is on there pretty good. I have to actually put this on and then hit it to break it free with a quick detach, okay? Now, you know, this is modular, and I can do different end caps. You see I've got some custom titanium ones here. Quite a bit lighter than and cheaper. Knock it off, guys. So, anyways, on that, it's cool, but in the future, you're probably going to get a can for all your favorite guns, and they're going to have their own dedicated can. So just keep that in mind when you want to go buy that hybrid and it to do everything. But it's, you know, it's the jack of, it's good at everything, but not great at any one thing. That kind of thing, you know. So I mean, to me, right, this is my 300 blackout can. Maybe I probably will use it on a 308 if I ever do that, because when I'm shooting 308s, it's kind of a different situation. I'll be maybe laying down, shooting long range at a bench, whatever. But right now I do swap back and forth between this and 5.56, but it's a pain in the ass, and you've got a 10 or 15 minute gap in between switching it where it's really fucking hot. The other thing is, make a 22 or something that you know is going to be quiet, your first can. 5.56 as your first can, I do not think is a good idea unless you are absolutely prepared for the disappointing sound that it's going to produce, because it's still loud, okay? It's still a lot quieter than not being suppressed, yes, but it is still loud, and there's almost no way to make it quiet unless you find subsonic rounds, and those you might as well just throw the bullets down range. You're losing all your performance 100%. So definitely, if you know, suppression and literally being quiet is the key, go with 300 blackout. If you want to suppress 5.56, I would just get the shortest, lightest can that you can, because there's no point in putting a long, big, heavy one on there, because it's still going to sound like shit. So have the lighter, shorter can. That way your SBR is not 19 inches. You know, do a 11.5 inch gun with a 4-inch can. It's going to sound great. You're not going to have the obnoxious blast. And to me, that's what it does, is it baffles down that obnoxious muzzle brake blast. I mean, mine's literally, I mean, you guys seen me bitch about it in my video probably. It's like getting punched in the face and the chest while you're shooting. Yes, it sits it's incredibly flat, but God, that to me is what a 5.56 can is for, is to mitigate all that ridiculousness, okay? Not to be quiet. It's unrealistic to think that your 5.56 is going to be quiet, hence why I think it's not a great choice for a first can unless you're absolutely prepared for that disappointment. 300 black, unbelievably quiet. Now you got to remember this too. If I load up my 300 black, put this on, and shoot it out of my basement in my backyard, it's still pretty loud because I'm surrounded by walls in here, and my backyard is kind of like a big circle with trees, a lot of green. It's like being surrounded by walls. So back there, it's pretty damn loud. You can kind of tell it's a gunshot. when I go out to my range and it's wide open, it's so quiet. It's like when I say it's quiet like a 22, I mean a 22 suppressed. It's really freaking quiet. Um, Obviously, it's not as quiet as a 22, but it's pretty damn quiet. Um, and it makes all the difference. Your surroundings make all the difference in the world. So when I first got this, I ran home, mounted the ASR brake, put this on, pulled. My wife wasn't home yet. Pulled it up in the backyard. I was like, God damn it, that was still pretty loud. I was pretty disappointed. You know, I mean, I was like, oh, it's cool. Maybe I was just expecting too much. And then I went out to the open range, and my first shot, I was like, holy shit, I don't believe how quiet this is. So just be mindful of that, that different areas are going to cause different noise. I mean, I was demoing some of the SIG cans at the Live Free or Die shoot in Keene, and they weren't very quiet there, but the way that the range was built, I mean, it just wasn't built with shooting suppressed guns in mind. You know, you had walls on each side of you. So, but I know that. So people who don't know that aren't expecting that. They may come out of there and go, man, those cans suck. But they don't. Yes, they're ugly as dog shit, but there's no arguing that. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm missing anything, but it's worth the wait and it's worth the expense. Um, I mean, it's the only thing better than guns is having cans on the end of your guns. I mean, it's amazing. So, but those are just a couple things that I learned. Always bring your tools. Quick detach, multiple gun is not that great. Probably get a 22 first. You're going to use it the most. It's the quietest. It's the funnest. It's the cheapest to shoot. Cheapest to buy. And nobody sees you with a 22 and a suppressor and thinks, what a fag. They think it's friggin' awesome. And, you know, it's not like faggy to get a 22 can at all. It's awesome. I mean, I am in my backyard all the time shooting squirrels, groundhogs, turkeys, whatever the hell walks back in my yard is dead. All because of this guy. So, anyways, that's about it. If you guys have any questions, other than legal questions, don't ask me that shit. I don't know your state. I barely know my state, especially now with the changes. So, you know, save that for someone else. But questions on cans or sounds or attachment or, you know, whatever, you know, let me know. All right, see you guys.